This is Andi Purewal for ID Boxing. I'm joined by two-time world champion and current WBC world title holder Regis Prograis over Zoom. Regis, it's a pleasure to catch up with you. How's life? How's Brazil?
Good, bro. All good, brother. Like I was telling you earlier, yeah, I'm just, just living in paradise right now, bro. My wife from here, so I'm just with her family and stuff right now. We came out here for the holidays. I'm gonna stay a little extra, stay a little longer. I still been kind of training and stuff like that. A little hip training here and there just to stay in shape. I don't like to get too fat and stuff like that. That's all, bro. Just chilling. That's all.
Regis, for a much-deserved break after that long wait to get another world title fight. You come past Jose Zepeda with flying colours, stopping him in the 11th round just as a starting point. Walk me back through your performance and having your hand raised as a world champion again.
Well, first off, bro, this was like in this fight, I felt the most comfortable I ever felt in a ring in my whole entire career right now. Like I in this fight, I was totally conscious of everything, and I just had a lot of fun. I just had a whole lot of fun, and that's for me. That's what boxing is about, man. That's what boxing is about. Fun. Hold on. Hey, y'all be quiet. Police and Ray, be quiet. Don't say too much. I'm doing an interview. Kids, bro. But yeah, bro. This like I just had fun. I'm just getting back to having fun. Like it is my job, and that's okay. That one. Awesome. I got it. That one, but he got it. Yeah, bro. Just like I said, I just had with that fight. I had fun. I just had a lot of fun. I just enjoyed myself, and that's kind of what I need to get back to. And yeah, that was it. Just enjoy myself. But at the same time, it was nothing for me. I felt like it was nothing that was gonna stop me from becoming a two-time world champion because I've been working for this for 3 years. And a lot of people ask me, man, how do you feel? How do you feel? And I always felt the same by myself. I felt like I'm the best in the world at 140. I always felt this for the last 3, 5, whatever years. I always felt the same thing by myself. Like it's a surprise to everybody else. But it's not a surprise to me. I know how hard I work in the gym. I know what I do. Like I train every single day. Even like I can't even take a vacation without training. Like I'm in Brazil right now, and still like I'm out here training and stuff like that. So it was for me. It's no surprise that I'm a 2-time world champion because I put the work in. I'm always putting the work in.
I don't think it will be a surprise to many that you're a two-time world champion of that Regis, but kind of looking towards the future. Obviously, we saw the Jose Ramirez fight was called and he's opted not to take it because he was unhappy with the purse split at 65-35 in your favour. What was your initial reaction when you saw that Ramirez was going to pass up that fight?
Listen, it's bullshit. Listen, he can say all that stuff all he wants. I just think, me and him was on live and stuff like that together. But I think it's bullshit. If it was me and the other side around, what you think they would really the first split? What I understand, it was supposed to be like a 75-25 split. And then they said like a 70-30 split is like, that's fair. So we even did the WBC rule for 35-65. That's supposed to be fair. Like I'm the champion. Like if he wanted that, he should have just fought Zepeda himself. And think about it like this. If he would have fought Zepeda and he would have won, which I don't think he would have beat Zepeda, but if he would have fought Zepeda, if he would have won and he been a champion, I would have took whatever they gave because you know why? Because I know that I can beat him. I believe that I can beat him. Why would you not take that 65? He don't even know what the purse bid is gonna be. He talk about it's not gonna be his minimums and stuff like that. You don't even know who's gonna win if it goes to purse bid, you don't even know who's gonna win. But who's not going to bid on it. He knows Ty Rank is not going to bid on it. Why? Because Ty Rank, they not going to do that. Well, they don't believe that he can win. That's why. They don't believe he can beat me. So, like I said, I think it's bullshit. If you think about, if you just think about, if it would have been the other foot around, I would have took that 65-35 for sure. I would have did what I had to do. I would have took my 65-35 and that's it. It would have been the end of the story. I wouldn't say, oh no, I'm not taking 65. I would have took 70-30. Maybe they might have, but knowing them, that side, they probably would have even offered me like a 85% split, knowing them. And guess what? If they would have did that, I know what I can do. I would have still took that because I want to be a champion. So with them, I just think it's all bullshit.
I spoke to Robert Garcia only a few days before Christmas and obviously brought it up to him. And he asked why maybe a 60-40 split couldn't be good enough. That's what I saw Jose's comments were as well. And also he said, I know he's for WBC that ordered the purse bids and the splits rather, but why couldn't maybe outside of that a deal be agreed closer to a 60-40 or more so? Did that ever cross your mind, or was it not even in the running?
Listen, I didn't make the rules, bro. I went with what the WBC said. The WBC made a ruling. I went with that. Like, why they can't agree? You know, that's the thing. Why can't they agree on it? The WBC said it. I didn't. It's not like my side just came up with a number. We didn't say, oh, we're going to give him 65. We're going to give him 35. We're going to take 60. We didn't do that. We didn't come up with a number. The WBC, which belt we fought, which the organization, the sanction body we fight for, they came up with the split. I didn't make it up. So I'm just going on what they say. That's all. I'm just going on what the WBC said. You know, and it's for me, it was supposed to be like a 70-30 because that's what I understand. That's what the real split's supposed to be when a champion with a challenger. That's supposed to be the real split. And so now we gave him an extra 5%. He wanted extra 5. It's like, come on, bro. No, if it would have been the other way around, just know I would have took what they gave me because I know I believe in myself and I believe I can win the fight.
Regis, obviously in the division, yourself and Jose have been looked at as two of the best for some time now. Is there a frustration there for yourself that maybe the fight couldn't be agreed because it was, again, another great name you could have had on your CV, on your resume?
Right, of course, it's definitely frustration. When I heard it, that's what I'm saying. It's frustration. That's who in my head I was gonna fight next. Already planning, that's who I was gonna fight next in my head. Mentally, that's who, for me, it was going to be Zepeda. And then after that, it's supposed to be Ramirez. In my head, mentally, that's who I was supposed to fight next. And now it's not happening. So, and now it's supposed to be Teofimo that's next. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Is there any chance that the fight with Ramirez can be revisited, or is that now? Is it dead in the water?
I don't know. It's up to, I guess it's up to them. Listen, go with the split is supposed to be on. That's all. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's happening with his side.
Huh? You mentioned Teofimo as well there. What are your thoughts on his move up to 140 and his most recent fight with Sandor Martin? Obviously, we saw afterwards he questioned himself in the ring. Do I still got it? That was filmed. What did you make when you saw that?
He's mentally he's crumbling. I just feel like mentally he is crumbling. Mentally he's not there. And listen, I like Teo, bro. I don't want to say nothing bad about. I like him and stuff like that. But if he fights me, I feel like I'm gonna hurt him. I keep saying the same thing. I feel like if I fight Teo, I will hurt Teo. Like he can have the flash, he can have the speed, he can have all that stuff. But I feel like if I hurt Teo and he's mentally, like, listen, I know mentally he's not stronger than me. So mentally, I'm gonna break him. I already know mentally I will crush him in a mental battle. I'm gonna crush him, and it's just nothing he won't be able to do about it. I have too much experience on him. He can have all that stuff, and I know you question yourself. And he said, "Oh, I saw him say that. Oh, that was it was on purpose." I sort of read like that's bullshit. You ain't go. Why would you question yourself? That don't even make no sense. But for the camera, what good would that do for you to question yourself on the camera? What that doesn't bring anything good. It only brings negativity. And so, like I said, bro, that's I definitely feel like I will hurt Teo. If me and Teo fight, I feel like it'll be a slaughter. Like I feel like I can really hurt him.
We know Teofimo has been very kind of he's very out there with his remarks. He's very confident in his own abilities, and he just backs himself as he sees him as he's one of the best, and he has that confidence within himself. With that in mind, do you think he takes this fight next now that he's next in line, or do you think he does take a step back and realize?
I don't think he's gonna take the fight with me. No, indeed. It's bullshit, bro. Like, listen, that's what people do in boxing these days. That's what people do. They say, "Oh, I'm gonna fight." When they know the fight's not gonna happen, they're gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna fight him next. I'm gonna fight." I saw his daddy say he wants to fight me in April. Okay, let's see if that's gonna happen. Let's see. It's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be some more. People gonna say they gonna want to fight, but it's gonna be some more bullshit. You know, the same thing with the split or something. They gonna say, "Oh, I don't agree to that. I don't agree to this," and then the fight not gonna happen. That's what people doing. That's how it is in boxing. That's what people gonna do. These fighters, Mike Tyson said it best. These fighters are they're businessmen. They're not fighters. They're businessmen. You know, more than a fighter. You know, at the end of the day, I got in this because I'm a fighter. Of course, you definitely want to be a businessman. You definitely want to make the most money you can. But me, I love the sport. I love boxing. I don't love the business side of boxing. I love the sport of boxing. And, you know, I'm a fighter. And for me, whoever they put in front of me, bro, that's who I'm going to fight. So for me, yes, I will fight Ramirez next. I will fight Teofimo next. I don't care who it is. I want to fight him. But anyway, I just don't see him fighting. You know, people, like I said, people do it these days. They say, oh, yeah, we're going to fight. It's easy for the dog to bark behind the cage. You know what I'm saying? But when you open that fence, that dog ain't trying to come out, you know? So that's kind of how I feel about that situation.
That leads me on to the next question. Obviously, it's up in the air, Regis, as to what is next for you whilst we see if Teofimo accepts it on the back of everything that's happened with Jose Just. So with that in mind, what do you think is most likely? Who do you think is most likely to share the ring with you next?
Man, no telling, bro. It's really, for me, it's no telling. It's no telling at all. I don't know, bro. Whoever it is, I'm just gonna train hard. I'm gonna defend my belt. I'm gonna do what they tell me. I'm gonna fight who they tell me to fight. I mean, what I would like to do is I definitely want to fight them. I think those are big fights. I think Ramirez is a big fight. I think Teofimo is a big fight. I definitely did want to fight them. But if not, then maybe we look for like a unification or something like that. You know, I know they have the dude Purewal has a WBA, and they have some dudes fighting for the IBF, and you know, maybe I'll fight one of them. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, bro. Whoever it is, listen, I don't care whoever it is. Whoever it is, I'll just be ready. I'm going to train hard, and I'm going to defend my belt, and I'm going to do what they tell me to do.
Regis, I'm sure one fight you'll be keeping a close eye on, which takes place in March, is the rematch between Josh Taylor and Catterall. Before we bring yourself into this and how you could potentially line up against the winner, what are your thoughts on the Sheva ring a second time around? Because a lot of people felt that Jack had done enough in the first fight.
Oh, Jack definitely won the first fight. Yeah, it's Jack Catterall definitely won the first fight. I don't know how the second fight will play out, man. I feel like that Josh Taylor, it looked like he's slipping a little bit, you know. He doesn't look like the same. Josh Taylor looked like he is slipping. Maybe he's doing different things. Maybe his outside life is affecting him in his inside life. I don't know, but it all depends on how Jack Catterall comes up too. Because like I said, when I know how the hometown fights can be. When you're in a hometown fight, it could be stressful and you put a lot of pressure on you. So it's difficult to get through that. He fought in his hometown or home country, whatever it was. And I know it probably was stressful on him. But the second time around, I don't know, man. It depends if he fights that same way. I think Catterall would definitely beat him for sure. I think he'll definitely beat him. Probably easily. But it all depends. It all depends what happens, bro. It all depends on Catterall too. If he how he shows up that night too.
I spoke to Jack recently once again just before Christmas, and I said to him, "If you win, what next for you?" And he said, "Out of anyone, he would face you. He'd love to unify against yourself. So if he does win, he holds a version of the world title. Would that be an avenue you'd look to explore?"
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, of course, definitely for sure. I definitely fight Jack. He said it before, and so after I fought McKenna in Dubai, he was sitting ringside. I was like, "Come on, where he at? Where's Jack Catterall? Tell him come in the ring." They didn't want to let me put him in the ring, but I definitely called him out. So if he wins that fight, bring him on, bro.
You're obviously in a very exciting division, Regis, and you've got a lot of those 135 guys looking to move up as well now. Looking around, you've got maybe Devin Haney. People don't think he has much longer left at 135 because of the weight. And we know we've just seen what's going on with Gervonta Davis recently with the police, but he's still got a big fight with Ryan Garcia coming up as well, provided that still goes ahead. You must be feeling so excited about some of these potential matchups for you now.
Yeah, of course. Everybody was asking me that before the Zepeda fight, but I couldn't. I was like, listen, I'm focused on Zepeda. I focus on all that stuff after. But yeah, man, it's a lot of big fights at 140. I like I told you, I feel like I'm number one. Most people do have me up number one again. So yeah, bro, whatever happens, I think it's gonna be just a lot of big fights. That's why I want the big fights and just keep proving I'm the best, bro. That's all I want to do. Just keep fighting the big names and knocking them off one by one.
just before I let you go, Regis, because I can see obviously you got to take care of your fatherly duties there. I just on Devin Haney. There's a lot of talk about him potentially facing Vasily Lomachenko next. How do you think he fares against Vasily, or how does Vasily fare against him?
Man, I don't know. I think that's I don't know, man. I think that's kind of a tactical fight. I would lean more towards Devin Haney. He's a lot bigger. You know, he did get in the ring with Lomachenko. He's a lot bigger than him. I think Loma's skills is still up, but you know, he's getting a little older. They might be slipping and stuff like that. Hold on. Back to Devin Haney and Lomachenko. I lean more towards I lean more towards Devin Haney. Bigger, younger. And I think maybe Loma's skills might be, you know, fade just a little bit. But I think it's still gonna be a good fight. I won't say a 50-50 fight. I just lean more. It's real close, almost even, but I just lean more towards Devin Haney.
Listen, Regis, we'll leave it there now. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your time in Brazil with your family and this festive period and ahead of the new year. So I appreciate catching up with you. We'll keep in touch and we'll see you again soon. Thank you for speaking to me.
All right, brother. Thank you, bro.